Hi and good afternoon. It's Hairdressing Live, and you're through to the future of education, and I have such a talented guy sat beside me right now. This is the brainchild behind The Social Man. Here we have Kai Wilson. Welcome, Kai.
Thank you, mate. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, very good. So you flew over this morning?
Yeah.
From London?
Sunny London.
Sunny London. Wow.
Thank God the flight wasn't delayed.
Yeah, I know. Like it was earlier on. That's why we were delayed a little bit earlier on. So our apologies for that. Listen, Kai was just recently named the British hairdresser L'Oreal for the men's section. So congratulations.
Thank you very much, man.
That. Oh, Jesus, it was very, very good. It's a hard award to win.
It wasn't just me, by the way.
It wasn't just
No,
you.
as part of a team, and you'll meet him later.
Ah, okay.
The boy in the corner.
Very good indeed. Yeah, so you're gonna be able to show us the winning look today, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, little sneak preview of it. Yeah.
Oh wow! It's brilliant because you're actually the reason why you have your model over as well. You're going off to Paris, aren't you? As well?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What's this about? You're a busy boy now since you're winning all these awards. Like, what the hell's going on?
Oh, don't. Yeah, we're off to Paris for the. It's part of the prize that you get, so you go and do a photo shoot in there, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So we've got one stop and then flying over there tonight, which we can't wait to do. It's just wicked though. The best thing about it is the boys that again you're going to meet later are top boys, and it's good to hang out for a couple of days and then come back to London and start the work again.
I'd say it's great you're hanging out with you for a couple of days, isn't it?
We've done it before.
Very good. So listen, so you're going to go over to Paris, you're going to shoot your winning look. You're going to do a couple of different things with them, or what are you going to do?
So you've got to replicate the winning look.
Okay.
And which is quite easy, to be honest, because we've got a solid model. Yeah. His hair does this talking, so yeah. We just tweaked it a little bit, so. Okay. But that was all thanks to my cousin found him about 2 years ago in Manchester. Yeah, the homeless boy Joe. and then I needed a model for something, so she put us in touch, and we've used him ever since. It's good because he gets free travel, so. Not everywhere, but that's the only reason why we use it now. I'm joking, but yeah, it makes our life easier when we're doing stuff, and anything with a big texture is you want to get involved with it. So
yeah, very good.
It's cool.
No, because it's something completely different now we haven't seen before. Because a lot of this fade still going on, and you seem to do something slightly different, which was actually really nice to see. You know. Yeah,
the fading's still really important. I think it's a massive skill set to have in your bag. I hate the fact there's still a divide between barber and hairdressing, even though it's coming together slowly, but still some people are quite like, I am a barber or I am a hairdresser.
I know, yeah.
And it's
like
at the end of the day, mate,
doesn't it?
we cut hair, and it's like men, women, whatever, it's like we just cut hair, and yeah, it's good. So still the fading's massive, and I do it on a regular basis, but the trends are from that are growing to something slightly longer, so that's something that we're going to be covering today and showcasing that for you all.
Very good, very good. Do you know what? I mean, I have to say, I was talking to a couple of hairdressers there during the week, and they said the same thing. They are reluctant to do the clippers too much because it is almost like it's a talent. It's to learn. I mean, I learned on the clippers. That's what my background was. Yeah. I did learn on the clippers that way, but a lot of hairdressers that didn't, and I think that's what the separation is.
Yeah, it's a confidence thing, isn't it? In any aspect, whether it's using scissors or clippers. So it's just getting over that hurdle and being confident within that tool. I say you use whatever tools you can do. You've seen fucking stupid stuff like axes and fire and like crazy stuff like that, but to be honest, if it's working for them, fair play.
Yeah, very, very true. I don't know about axes though, but
yeah. I'll have to try it on you next.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. But you know what? Tell us a little bit about you, about your background. I mean, where'd you come from? I mean, what sort of, I say where did you come from, not your hometown or whatever, but like what's your education background? Tell the viewers.
Well, yeah, no, I think it's really relevant that my hometown is relevant because I had a wicked start off. I was at a salon called Daniel Gray Hairdressing in Kendal in the Lake District, and they put me in good stead. I won a scholarship with L'Oreal, and that's where I met Frank, who we won Colour Trophy men's image together. So we did we did the ID Artist program, which is a 2-year scholarship, which is it's fucking banging, to be honest, mate. You're away with 200 hairdressers and you go around Europe, and yeah, it's just very educational, but a good piss up at the same time. So we all like that. And then moved to London, meeting the contacts.
I love where his head's at.
We're in a bar, so we're going to have something later. Yeah, and then moved to London and worked with electric. I was with Mark Woolley. I fell in love with his branding and his concept of everything like that. And I was there, but Central London just wasn't for me. And I was really intrigued to see what the boys at Percy and Reed were doing. And yeah, jumped on the off chance of going into their salon, and was opened the doors, and it was wicked. And he gave me a little interview. Mr. Reed gave me an interview round his shop, and yeah, it's good. I've just been surrounded by fucking wicked people, really positive people, and in hairdressing you've got to constantly evolve and adapt and take in everything, and then you use it in your own little way.
Well, do you know what we were just saying this morning on Andy Whittaker's course, and just a question came in about sort of employment, how do you employ the right people, and it is down to attitude. I mean, he mentioned that this morning, so it was categorically said that. I mean, I love the way he said that as well, because he showed a lot of passion towards it. But, you know, people in general, I mean, if you came, you know, the bubbly character and your sort of engaging character, it's like, do you know what, let's employ him anyway. Do you know? He's a great character to have, whether you're good or bad at hairdressing. But to top it off, you're a very, very good hairdresser as well.
Thanks very much,
mate. It's good. I mean, that's what I mean. It's about personalities. It's about employing personalities.
Yeah.
So I mean, realistically, you've networked around and you've built up this sort of this social man. Tell us where's your come across social man, or
the whole concept of the social was when you're buzzing around London at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and there's still all the Afro-Caribbean shops open still, and there's 50-odd people in this tiny little shop. One man's getting his hair cut and they're watching the football. It's like, I like that vibe. It's inspiring to see that people are socialising and doing hair at the same time. So yeah, and I think to me, it's more than just a haircut as well. Like, people come for an experience, or they buy into the individual that they're doing, and you build relationships up, and it's good to see that. So that's what I wanted to do. But I didn't want to build anything that was on a high street. I wanted something that was off the beaten track, so we went into a warehouse in the Lake District, which I can't believe is even happening. It's a London vibe up there, but it's in a renovated old factory, and it's called the Factory now, and there's loads of different businesses in there. There's a gym, there's yoga, graphic designers, there's a brewery, a pub, stonemasons, and then there's still 2 running factories there, and then we've gone in that. I've got a wicked team up there that run it when I'm not there, and it's wicked. So we did the same down here in an old Victorian tram depot. And again, same vibe, gym, brewery, like graphic designers, photo studios, and it's a really cool little community networking of businesses that all help together. And clients will never find my salon like just because of where I put them, and they have to ring me and I go down and let them in through these rustic gates. But I like that. I like there's a whole experience before you've even got in the door. And it's also, because it's quite weird where we put them, it's knocking any expectations down, and then when they come into a cool little space, it's like heightened again, and so I like that.
It's completely different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think it's the way things are going?
It's not. I don't think it's the way things are generally going, but it is for me, and I like that. I don't like overly using social media a lot to showcase everything that we're doing. So my salons are kept quite discreet. Pure reason is because I want people to experience it for themselves and kind of feel like they own it a little bit as well. When as you've put it everywhere online, then everyone owns it, you know, like, and
that's very true.
But yeah,
it's very true. But listen, you went on to win several awards as well. You know, creative head as well.
That was for entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
So that started using them competitions. It all started when I was back in the Lake District, and I got nominated for the It Guy, and 6 years in a row I've been nominated again, and I've got wicked support at Creative Head, and again, like I said, like everyone around me, a graphic designer, it's called Johnny Moss, Scratch Creative. He helps me with every single entry, and we have a trade by trade sort of relationship. And now I do his girlfriend's hair, and they've just had a little girl. Well, they've had a little girl, and I'll be doing her hair eventually, I'm sure, to keep repaying him back for what he does. But he works on my website. Any graphics I need, he does that. Designs everything. Yeah.
That's network, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, and it doesn't always work out. You've got to, but you do pick out the people that it does work with, and then you smash it out, and it's good. But yeah, with them awards, it's wicked. And the last one I did for the It Guy, which we've been nominated for, again for this year. So I've only got one more year to enter. Otherwise, I won't get in because I'll be too old. Yeah, you have to be under 30. But I've put it on my website, so it's on kaicut.co.uk, and you can go on there and read it, and it's a whole newspaper that we've printed, and there's 44 pages of imagery and short text. It's not a lot because I get bored of reading anyway. So, But yeah, it's cool. It is exciting, and again, what's really cool for me to do that is it's a good time to sit down and look at actually what you have done. I think.
Reflect.
Well, yeah, most people, you don't do that. You don't celebrate that much. Like I celebrate everything
you're
now.
always kind of thinking about
the next thing.
Thing.
But I really now I do sit down and I'll have a beer if I've had a good week. Do you know, like, or whatever. We'll go out for dinner if we've had just a good day. Do you know, like, because I think it's really important to celebrate everything rather than because you don't. And then you get lost in your own head, and then you're never good enough. And what's the point in doing the stuff that you've done prior if you're not going to celebrate?
This guy's attitude, you know. We could all take that from you, you know. Listen, you did some Salon Smart as well. You got up on stage and doing Salon Smart. I mean, listen, that's like, you know, thrown out of the fishbowl, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I shit myself.
It must be hard to do that. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, I've got to do something similar myself soon for like business, like 50 or 60 business people. So, I mean, I'm going to ask you any tips that you can give. I mean, to do something like that, it's quite hard, right?
The first year we went, I actually went with the mindset of that I wanted to speak the year after. So I went there to build the network up and the relationships up, and also see how it fits in. Mm-hmm. So we went as we paid to go. I went with Frank and a guy called Rob Somerville.
Everywhere, doesn't he?
Frank just follows me about. He's another homeless man that I can't get rid of. But yeah, we've got. We did that, and he's got a wicked picture of me on the Monday morning, absolutely hanging, sat at the back, wrapped up in a little army jacket, and it was funny. But yeah, the year after, it was really good, and I think the only advice that I could say to you is just do you. Like, I had a lot of stuff on my presentation that I didn't think I should put in there. There were certain brands that I thought I should be impressing, and I swear a lot, which you'll find out, and it's not very professional to a certain level if you want to get there. And I just thought, fuck it, do you know what, like, just go it. And then one of the slides said, stop trying to be fucking famous on it. And that was the one I was dreading doing, and it was the only slide.
That's the picture I see.
Yeah, and my face is kind of like, I'm sort of squirming a little bit, but it was the thing that everyone started clapping, and it was the thing that I probably got more respect over saying that than, and there's a whole backstory to it. But again, it gets explained in the It Guy entry, so go and read it because it's a lot of fucking work. I'm plugging it as much as I can.
Yeah, no, very good. And look, you made these as well, which is amazing. Really?
Yeah.
You collaborated with some designer, was it?
No, one of my mates from back home, who also...
Frank, no?
No, Frank's not there yet.
Okay.
He's not up to scratch. But yeah, so we collaborated with a guy that I used to use as a model from way back when he was 15, I was 18 when we first started out, and he's now started doing like loads of like design work, and he does high-end lighting, and he works in London, in Dalston. So I got him in, and we collaborated together to make these necklaces, and they're made from 1920s necklaces. You get the original box, you get 1920s newspaper in them, and it's only online that we sold them, the first batch, and I wait. So if you bought one, you went online, you bought one, I'd wait until you messaged me and asked like where the fuck it's at, because again, people expect things too much, and it's really annoying. It's like same with appointments. Like, people text you, and they text you within 3 hours because you haven't replied. But if you're cutting hair for 10 hours a day, you're not going to reply.
Yeah.
Do you know? So I'd wait, and then I'd handwrite a letter and send it out to you, and it'd introduce you to the necklace, but you still haven't got it yet. And then 2 days later, I'd send it out, and you'd get it. But I started using social media, of going on and working out what you're into. So obviously you're into, you know, like hair and stuff. So I would put something more relevant in the box as well. So it's a little, and I found out like one guy was from Romford, and I had these little Matchbox cars, and I sent him out because it like, had Romford Brewery on it. And it's just like little things that attention to detail.
That's like a thank you thing, isn't
it?
It's like
a
customer service.
Yeah.
Like that.
So the first batch I did it as a price of a haircut, and because I wanted the first people that were investing into it to come and meet me. But it kind of backfired a little bit because people all around the world were buying them. So they went Australia, China, Czech, like Jesus, Denmark. Yeah, it was cool. And then the next batch we collaborated with my mate Burger Bear, and he was wicked, and he just let me ride with it, and they sold out within 18 hours. We did a launch. Frank was actually there. He followed me to that. He was cutting hair at my pop-up that we used to do as well. We made the whole set out of cardboard. It was like a kitchen that smoke come out of the oven, and it was super interactive. And again, it was first come, first serve, and they went out within 18 hours, and everyone that got a necklace that day got burgers for life, like one free every day. So
I'm horrified. horrified. I want one.
And they're amazing burgers as
forever,
well.
you know?
I think Frank, he had 2 that night because he couldn't, yeah, straight away because of that. They are that good.
My God.
But
it's like having a free bar, isn't it? It's like, you know.
You just keep drinking, yeah. There's no limit.
No.
Yeah.
So listen, guys. I mean, I think we need to get you ready for your class anyway,
Awesome.
which is going to be starting very soon at 2:30. So, guys, if you haven't got a ticket, you can get one now. You can follow the link or go onto hairdressinglive.com and look for Kai Wilson's course and select that and join his masterclass. And you, remember this as well. You have it forever, so you can re-watch his class back and back again.
Then you can send me it.
So listen. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks, again, where we're going to have another gents course on with Kevin Luchman as well. So he's going to be doing fades, and he's going to be doing fade, actually. We're trying to talk with him about doing something else as well, actually, another class as well. So tune in then in 2 weeks down the line. But firstly, I would just want to introduce Kai Wilson. So we'll see you at 2:30.
Sign up.